Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we're all keeping safe at home. Please don't forget to stay at home, keep safe, sanitize, wash your hands, everything that you do. Make sure that our kids are also safe. As much as you are keeping our kids safe, we also need to keep them in the loop of learning. So how are we going to enable that? We're going to use e-learning system. Hence, I've been recording different lessons on how to upload lessons and how to use e-learning. Should you have any questions on e-learning systems, please don't hesitate to comment below, and probably I can do another video on how to do certain aspects of e-learning. So in this topic today, we're going to cover how to add a chapter onto an e-learning system. Let's say you want to take a certain chapter from a book into an e-learning system so that the learners can have access to it. So I'll share with you my screen. So the first thing that you need to have, you're going to have a Word document. Within the Word document, you're going to make sure that your content is divided into headings and subheadings. Like in this case, if I click here, you can see that here it's showing heading 1. Then if I come to this, it's showing also heading 1, right? This is heading 2. So you can use heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and so forth. So the way you're going to stagger your document, it's going to be transferred into e-learning system. When it's transferred into e-learning system, it's going to stagger the same way that we have staggered your document. So each page is going to be navigated through the pages that you have subdivided or divided according to your Word document. And also, if you are to look into this section here, let me just highlight it for you. This section here, it is a normal text. So this normal text, if you look at it, it's going to be the content of each and every topic that you're going to be putting into your Word document. So once you are done with your preparing your document in a Word format, you save it. So in this case, you can save it onto the desktop or my computer or to your USB, wherever you're comfortable saving it. And then you go to your e-learning system. So now I'm going to share with you the e-learning system. All right. Let's go to the e-learning system. Now, with the e-learning system, in order for you to be able to edit any content, particularly the content that I'm talking about today, you need to have the administrator rights. So you need to be an administrator, or you should be an editing teacher. There is an editing teacher and a non-editing teacher. A non-editing teacher is a teacher who is not able to edit any content of the e-learning system, or should I say any resources, is able to view and mark what is being put already by the administrators and editing teachers. So you need to have those rights. So your administrators can, your system administrator can give you login details, which you're going to use. In this case, I'm going to log in as an administrator. Okay. There we are. Then I log in. Okay. For those who have been following my lessons, you'll find that we are familiar with this interface when you log in, whereby obviously your name, and on this section here, it shows the courses that you administrate, or if you're a facilitator, it's going to show the course that you are actually facilitate. Now, so in this case here, I want to put that topic that I was preparing in the Word document, I want to put it in this particular course, which is Health Promotion Office. I can either click on this picture, or I can use the side navigation, which is HPO. It will go to the same thing. Right, when I open, now this is in a view mode. So I need to turn it into an editing mode in order for me to be able to edit the document. So on right here, on top here, as you can see where it's highlighting here, it says turn editing on. So I'm going to turn editing on. Now you find that everything is editable now, right? And mind you, you won't be able to edit anything if you are not an administrator or an editing teacher. Now, the topic that I want to edit, it's actually on our module 2. So remember, these are your modules that are reflected on the side from the previous video that I shared with you guys. So I'll go to my module 2, right? After I go to my module 2, I want to add the chapter. The chapter that I'm adding today is chapter 8. So I'll go to add an activity or a resource. I hope you guys are following, and please don't forget to subscribe so that you can get any updates. Send any comments for any questions that you have. Then I'll do videos showing you how to do it. So I'm going to add an activity here. And this is a book that I'm adding onto the system. So I'm going to go to the book and say add. So when you edit, it's going to ask you a few questions and settings that you're going to put in. So in this case here, in our case, we are using code numbers and, or should I say, topic titles and topic units standards. So in here, I'm going to put my 325301 dash K S 02, right? Now that's the module for the book that I'm adding, and then it is going to be chapter 8, and then I'll put the title, which is cultural. So you can put it however you want it to identify any chapter in your book, or how it is written in your textbooks that you actually use in the traditional learning. And practices and sorry, impact on health and life. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be talking about: cultural context and practices, and how this impact on health and health lifestyles is to this particular chapter. I'm going to leave the description blank because that Word document is going to be added onto this blank document. Instead of typing onto this space, for now I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to do a bit of settings. So we'll come here, the appearance, chapter formatting. You can choose whether you want it to be bulleting. Remember when I spoke of your Word document, which you were going to put heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, subheadings. Those are going to be chapters, and you can put them in numbers or bullets. I prefer using numbers for identifying my chapters. So navigation style can be text, images, or TOC only, but it's much user friendly when you're using images. Okay, and then I'm going to close here. You can choose custom titles. As you can see here, custom titles. Normally, the chapter title is displayed in the content of the context and is a heading above the content. If the custom title is checked, the chapter title is not displayed as a heading above the content. A different title, perhaps longer than the chapter, may be entered as part of the content. So since we have done those settings in our Word document, we do not need to actually select that. So I'm just going to leave that. And then we go to module settings, availability, right? Is it going to be shown to students? Sometimes you want to pre-add certain chapters onto the e-learning and you don't want students to see it, or you want it to be hidden, or you want it to show on the page. So in this case, I want the students to be able to see, so I'm going to use show. Very important, each and every chapter that you're going to put in the system, it has to have a code. So in this particular case, I'm going to use my module number as a code. Okay, 0 PS, right, 02 chapter 8. Okay, having done that, restrict access. Okay, when you talk of restricting access, I think I spoke about this in my previous chapter. You can restrict access per activity for learners to be able to have completed a certain activity, or maybe to a certain date, or to have certain grades. It depends how you want your learners to have access to this particular chapter. So in this case, I'm not going to restrict any learner, right? So I'll just leave it out. Right, activity completion. Now, when the learners have completed this, how do you want it to show that the learners have completed reading through the content? So, for example, students can manually mark the activities completed, or show activities completed when conditions are met. Or you don't need to show that you've completed the activity. For instance, let me just choose show activities completed when conditions are met. Then if you choose that, what are the conditions that you need the learners to meet? It requires the learner to view the activity to complete. I would suggest that for teachers, you should choose that show activities completed when conditions are met, because some learners might just go into the e-learning system, they don't read through the content that you've put in, and they go straight to answer certain questions. So in order for you to be sure that they've gone through the whole chapter, you choose show activities as complete when conditions are met. And the condition that you are talking about is students must view this activity to complete it. So I'll take that. Now, if you've got any dates of expected completion, you can enable here, and then you choose the date that you want your learners to finish reading that particular chapter. But in this case, I'm not going to put any dates, so I'll disenable, right? Then we go to the next thing, which is tags. Tags are going to help you, the learners, when they are searching for this particular topic. So I'm going to use different tags. So I'll use the code, for instance. That's the tag that I'll put first, and then I'll take that. It depends how your learners search for this particular topic, right? And some would say module 2, chapter 8. Probably they'll say module 2, topic 8. Okay, so whichever way they're going to search on your system to find this particular topic, if they use this particular context, they'll be able to view and see this particular resource. Now, and the competence, now when you talk of competence, do you grade them, or is there any competence for this particular resource? So course competence, I would suggest you leave it out like that. And then upon activity completion, when the learners have completed this activity, what are they supposed to do? Are they supposed to attach evidence, send for review, or complete the competence? But mainly because this particular resource that we are putting is for them to read. So the only evidence that we are going to be having here is on the activity completion. So in this particular case, I would say do nothing. And then you save and return to the course. Right. Now, when you have saved and returned to the course, you find that our topic is showing here now. You'd rather call it a chapter 8, cultural context and practices and how this impact on health and lifestyle. When I'm to open it, let me just open it. It's blank, right? So as it is blank, now I need to be able to put in that content that was coming from the Word document that we had prepared at the beginning of this lesson. So I'm going to go to import from Word document, right? And then I'm going to say create sub-chapters based on subheadings. So the sub-chapters are going to be created based on the subheadings that I created on the Word document. So I'm going to choose a file, choose the file, locate where you have saved. In my case, I saved it on the desktop. And this is the file that I need. I'll click on it and I'm going to choose it, right? And give it a name. Give it a name, probably module 2, chapter 8. And then I'm going to upload. Okay, I'll wait for it to upload. Please don't forget to subscribe at the bottom for more updates and more lessons on e-learning systems. Should you have any technical issues, please put your comments below and I'll be able to assist you through videos. Now, our Word document has been imported here, as you can see, right? Now, I'm going to say import. Okay, importing, relinking, complete. Now, I suggest don't remove these because these are showing you whether you want to import or relink the whole document to the e-learning system. So you just leave them as they are. That shows, if they're green like that, it shows that you are in the right path. And then you just go to continue. Now, there we are. As you can see, we have now table of contents on the side. And then as you click through, you find everything that was in the Word document would have been imported to the page, right? And then there, so you find that the one that we're putting as heading 1 will be indicated by 1, 2, 3 going forth. So you can have as many as you want and subheadings within them. So the system will automatically number them for you as you go on. So the learners are able to navigate when they open the chapter, and then they're able to navigate through the page. Let's just see how it would look on for a normal learner who is not editing this document. So we're going to turn off editing here, and then they go to their course. They want to go to module 2, which is chapter 8. When we open, now we have content. So describe what is meant by culture and cultural practices in QF level 3. That is our first subtopic, which we can navigate through going to the next page using the arrows, right? Now, as you're using the arrows going down, all the pictures that you had put on the Word document will also be imported into the e-learning system. You can actually use the back arrow if you want to go back to the previous page, right? You can use the table of contents to skip topics, right? Yeah. And then let me just go to the here. All the pictures have been imported. Everything that you had in your Word document, arrows. Now, when you've gone to the end of the document, it will have the either back arrow or the up arrow. The up arrow will be showing you that you can go back to the chapters page. So let me just click here. So you can exit the book, this particular one, and then I've got to go to the other chapters, which might be in the system. So thank you guys for watching. That's how basically how you add a chapter to an e-learning system. Should you have any questions, any queries, please don't hesitate to subscribe, comment below, so that I can do another video as to assist you on how to use our e-learning system. Even if you are learners and you want to know how to go around certain aspects of the e-learning system, please comment on the below box, and then we'll be able to assist you guys. Okay, having said that, enjoy your day, guys, and don't forget to stay safe, stay home, sanitize, wash your hands, cover your mouth and nose, don't touch your eyes, don't touch your mouth. When you go out, be safe, especially for the young ones. Be safe for them, keep them safe, because they're the future generations. And as much as you are staying at home, let's keep them in the learning. Let's use these aspects of learning. Technology is at our hands, but it's for you to use it. Thank you, guys.